Of all the winter anime that I could not believe was releasing, it was this one. It focuses on an elf, so you know what? I gotta dress the part. Anyway, 2 years ago, I actually read the first volume for this manga as a random pick at the bookstore, and it was just a wild read. Now, the title for the manga is I'm a Behemoth, an S-rank monster, but mistaken for a cat, I live as an elf girl's pet. And that has been changed for the anime to Beheneko, the elf girl's cat is secretly an S-rank monster. The anime is releasing on High Dive. 12 episodes are planned and they are uncensored. So far, 2 episodes have been released. This is a reincarnation ecchi fantasy series. The light novel looks to be complete with 2 volumes, while the manga is still ongoing with over 70 chapters. After watching the first 2 episodes, they seem to cover the first volume and part of the second, with events moved around and some things changed. Surprisingly, to me at least, the anime did tone down the fan service. It's absolutely still present, but it's just not as much as the manga had. Now, I don't mind a lot of things. Ecchi, fan service, smut, big boobas, I don't care, but the issue I have with this one is the bestiality. If you don't know the plot, this focuses on a character who was a knight but was killed and reincarnated into the same world as a monster known as the Behemoth. While in the dungeon, he becomes injured and is rescued by an elf who takes him in, mistaking him for a kitten. Like I said, I don't mind a lot of things, and I've read a bunch of reincarnation isekai transmigration stories. You know, I'm a slime, I'm a spider, I'm a goblin, I'm a fish, I'm a vending machine, and so on, so Cat Monster Behemoth wasn't anything different. Lots of fan service, not a huge issue either. I've seen it before and I have no problem with it. The issue, like I mentioned, is the bestiality. Now, it's little things here and there, but it's still not great. This is a cat. The other characters acknowledge that this is just a cat that has some abilities, but the elf girl just appears to be lusting after him way too much. I mean, really, once is too much. And everybody is saying that this is a cat. Yes, he is a very powerful monster, but at this point in time, everybody just thinks that he's a cat. After watching the first episode, I did think that they were not really going to go down this route. She was still rubbing him all the way down to his cat genitals, but that was it. It wasn't till the second episode that the part from the manga I thought they weren't going to include was indeed put in. It's a scene where she is told about the cat species and that they can crossbreed and that he might attack her as he ages, and she just says that that is what she wants. Because that was early in the manga and it wasn't in the first episode, I thought it wasn't going to be included, but it was put into the second episode, just said by a different person at a different time. So that elf wants what she believes to be a cat at this point in time to be her first. It's unfortunate because the story isn't that bad and the characters are actually really enjoyable. I really like this character so far. I believe her name was Vulcan, but towards the end of the second episode, it looks like even she will be interested in the cat too, and I know there's another one coming as well. I do not know what to think about this one. After reading review after review for the manga, many are positive, most saying the same thing, that they're really surprised that the story is actually good. There are plenty of negative reviews as well, but of the ones that I saw, they don't like the ecchi fan service, which is not the issue for me, so I was really surprised to not see anyone mention the whole wanting to sleep with a cat part. Maybe that changes later and it stops so people can only complain about the fan service? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about this one, so tell me your thoughts if you've read the manga. I have no issues with spoilers, so yeah, tell me what you think. Anyway, this anime is again available on High Dive and it releases on Saturdays.